Hey everybody, it's me Stacy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, and it's time for our next Saturday with Stacy YouTube class number 354. We are 1 week away, a little less than 1 week away from the Scrapbooking Made Simple 2020 warehouse sale, and it is going to be spectacular. I mean, this is always a sale that nobody else can match, nobody. But this year it's even better, if that's possible. The only sad part is that we can't be the shop that did not hop this year, and we had everything ready. It just can't happen. Our retail store is closed. The governor of the state of California is closing our state down again. Our daily totals for the state of California, we keep besting ourselves in COVID cases, and that's not good. We don't want to best our daily totals as they grow higher and higher. We want to see them go down, but every day we keep setting a new record, and that is not a happy day. So our retail store is just going to stay closed for I don't know how long until it doesn't. I guess we're closed when we're closed and we're open when we're open is going to be it. Not much more we can do. We have a skeleton staff here at the shop right now working, trying to do what they can, and we're just taking it one day at a time, hashtag one order at a time. But the warehouse sale must go on. It must. Manufacturers count on it. Many of you count on this sale, and so we're just going to do it, and we're going to do it as best as we possibly can with deals that will knock your socks off. However, you must watch the YouTube on the terms and conditions of the sale. You just have to. If you're thinking about placing an order, there are some very unique and different terms and conditions to a sale. They're pretty much unheard of, but if we're going to offer it online, this is the way we have to do it. And you have to have that information before you place your order so you can make an informed decision. You can find that YouTube on our homepage, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, under the black bar that says categories, where it lists all the categories that you can go shop from. You'll see one that says warehouse sale. Click it. You will not be able to see any of the product until the morning of the 24th, but the YouTube is there. Yes, it is long, but it gives you the information that you need to know to make yourself an informed decision. Now, the shop that did not hop, what is that? We get so many emails about what it is. So today, and I don't know what, I explained it so many years ago about how we became the shop that did not hop. And I don't know the YouTube I did it on, and it was kind of right in the middle of the YouTube. So today I'm going to explain to you why the event has always been called the shop that did not hop. I want to preface this with the fact that this is many years ago in a land not so far away, that there's no animosity at all. Everything that ever happened has been long forgotten, has been water under the bridge, but we get so many emails that I'm going to explain it to you. First, before I do that, I'm going to do winner, winner, chicken dinner. And if you don't want to hear the explanation, not a problem. Just go bzzz until you see me tilt on down and you know we're starting for the day. But for those of you who are watching this and live chatting during the premiere, well, you get to hear the explanation whether you like it or not. Okay, let's talk winner, winner first. That was $3.53. It was the Deep Impression embossing powder from Stampendous and the Couture Creations worldwide launch, and the Marabou fashion liners that were on a flash sale. Amazing. So these two peeps posted a comment on that YouTube, and they were randomly selected to win a $25 gift card from Scrapbooking Made Simple. Quickly, my best suggestion, if you are a winner, winner, chicken dinner coming, soon, save that $25 gift card. You may be able to find 25 items that retail for $9.99 on sale for 99 cents. You could get 25 brand new dies or embossing folders or whatever for 99 cents each, when it would have cost you $250 regularly priced. That is making bang for your buck. I mean, people are like, you own a retail store. You should not be telling people to do that. I would do that. I would save it and I would make that money count as far as I possibly could make it go. I'm on a budget. I understand. I do not have an American Express card, any color for that matter, not black or anything, any color. So, not platinum, not. So, if I had that money, I'd make it work for me. I hope you make it work for you. Okay, are you ready to hear if you're a winner, winner, chicken dinner? Okay. Our first winner is Joyce. Joyce Turman. Hello, Joyce Turman. How are you today? That is you. Wahoo Kachoo, right? Our second winner is Denise. Denise. Ganowski? Denise Ganowski? Did I come close? I want to say Denise because that's my sister's name, but it's not. It's Denise, and I'm hoping I came close to pronouncing it right. But it doesn't matter because even if I said it totally wrong, you're still a winner, winner, chicken dinner. And as long as you have an online account with us, I will put $25 into that account. Both of you don't need to email us. You don't need to do a single thing. If you don't have an online account, you will need to set one up if you want to be able to spend that money. And then you can email us and say, I set up my account. Go ahead, put the gift card in, and I will. Congratulations to both of you. And let's do our winner, winner, chicken dinner dance, shall we? Are you ready? You're a winner, chicken dinner. You're a winner, chicken dinner. Wahoo, kachoo for you. Congratulations to the both of you. I hope whatever this $25 gets you, it makes your heart so happy that in that moment, you just forget about all the stuff that's going on in the world right now. You just... Okay, so before we get started, I'm going to tell you why we are the shop that did not hop. And again, I'm going to preface this that there is no ill will, there's no hard feelings. This happened years and years ago. Unfortunately, the majority of the stores that were part of this are out of business, which is even worse. So, okay. There was an event called the Southern California Shop Hop, and this event started, I want to say, in like 2007, and you would pay a fee, the store owner would pay a fee to the Shop Hop company, and your name would go into a guide, kind of like a yarn crawl, sort of like that, and you would take this guide to all the stores that were in the book for 2 weeks. There was a 2-week period of time in July. And you would get a 20% discount at all the stores you went to visit. So originally, when we started to participate, we did it for three years. There were about 40 stores that were in the book. And each year there would be a new theme. Maybe it was movies or destinations. And every store would pick a theme and they would kind of decorate their store and have a little vignette for photos. And they would have to have a 6x6 layout for you to purchase unless you, well, let me get there. So every store would have a theme and it would be advertised everywhere and you would get people from all over California. They would get in their cars and they would drive from San Diego all the way up to Bakersfield when there were stores in Bakersfield. You know, 5 or 6 ladies in a car all together. And it was just, they would go from store to store to store. Some of them would rent hotels and spend the weekends. It was just, and it was an amazing event. The first year we did it, I can't remember what the theme was, but I ended up being Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. And I had never done this before in my life. And I had no idea that you didn't dress up. I thought that everybody dressed up in the store. And that's how the dressing up started. I didn't know any better because nobody told me. We decorated the whole store. I dressed up as Dorothy and it was a wonderful event. The first time the first 3 years we did it, it was a great event. Everything went great that first year. No problems at all. Then the second year, I can't remember if I was Mrs. Claus or whatever, but at that point I had already decided that I'm going to continue dressing up. That's just the way it is. I love to dress up. So I was either Mrs. Claus or I was I was Mary Poppins. It was one of the two. And we just did it bigger and better. I mean, truly, it is a spectacle when you come to our store. And every year that I did this, I would get more ideas and more thoughts on what I wanted to do. And for the first 2 years, absolutely no problem at all. The third year is when the warehouse sale started. So we did the shop that did not hop and our warehouse sale at the same time. In addition, when you went to, when you, the customer, went to all of these stores, you had opportunity to get swag, like free gifts, but you had to spend a certain amount of money. So this is where that 6x6 layout came in. Every store would do a 6x6 little scrapbook layout, and it was about their theme. They would do the layout in the theme of their store, little place for a photo op for you to take your picture and put it in there. And it was free if you spent $10 or more. $10 or more. It was totally free. But if you didn't spend $10, you could buy it for, I don't know if it was $2.99 or $5.99. You had to buy it if you didn't spend $10. Maybe it was $2.99, something like that. And then they also had, every year, it was either a charm for a bracelet or a pin or, yeah, a button or something that, well, usually it wasn't a button. It was a pin or a charm that if you, and every store had their own. They all had to be made in the theme that they were. If you spent $20 or more in that store, you got the charm too. They would, when you picked up your passport, they would give you like a charm bracelet. You would also get a free little charm bracelet, and you would go and collect the charms. Or you would have a lanyard and you'd put the buttons all up and down the lanyard of all the stores you went to. So if you spent $20 or more, you got the layout and you got the charm. Okay, I get that. That's fine. And if you didn't spend the $20 and you wanted the charm, again, you could buy it for $4.99. I think that's what most stores. Maybe it was $2.50 for the layout and $4.99 for the charm. Not a problem. I, however, kind of look at things a little differently. And for the first 3 years, there was no problem. So the way I handled that is that we always had a 6x6 layout for those people who spent the $10, and we had a charm for those people who spent the $20. However, I also, and all of my own money, the stores had to pay for this themselves. So I also did a separate layout, 6x6 layout, and a separate charm for those who just walked into my store. You didn't have to spend a dime. You didn't have to buy anything. And you were given the layout and the charm. Now, if you did shop, you may end up with both layouts and one charm. You may end up with both layouts and both charms. That was fine. I made sure that I played by the rules by having a charm and a layout for specifically for people who spent a certain amount of money. But then I also had a charm and a layout for people who were very budget minded. You know, so that was important to me because during the hop, there would be people who would, like I said, travel together. 6 of you get in a car, you get from San Diego all the way up, you're sharing gas, you're sharing food money, you're sharing it all, right? And one of the 6 has an unlimited American Express card and the other one has got a Disney Platinum card, and the third one has, you know, taken out a loan. I don't know, you know, she's got cash. But then there's one in that car who literally has envelopes, and I would see this. They have envelopes in their purse, and in each envelope there was a set amount of money that they could spend in each store. For some people, they could not spend more than $10 in any one store because they were going to see several stores. So if they could only spend $5 or $10, that means they really didn't get anything, because it had to be post-tax this, it was pre-tax, post that. So a lot of people who were on a budget didn't get anything. They didn't get the layout, they didn't get the pin. And now you've got this group full of ladies who all traveled together, who all gave you an opportunity to come and see their store, your store. You want to put out your best foot forward. And they walk in and you've got 3 or 4 of them who's wearing the lanyard, and they've got pins from every single store. And then you've got maybe 2 or 3 of them who don't have any pins on their lanyard. Everybody got a lanyard when they got their shopping guide, but you could clearly see who was spending the money and who wasn't. And I don't prescribe to that at all. So for the first 3 years, it was okay. Nobody, the other stores knew about it. They were fine with it. And we made sure that regardless, you didn't have to spend a dime in my store, not a single penny. And you walked away with a pin and a make and take, because that I wanted everybody to feel welcome. I don't want anybody leaving with a sad face. That does not work for me at all. No sad faces. I want people to walk into my store and go, oh, if they do that, oh, I know that we've done our job well. But how can you feel when your best friend just happens to have more cash at the time? They're whatever. People should not be judged by how much money they have to spend. People should be judged by whom they are. Are you a good person? Are you kind? Are you thoughtful to others? Are you considerate? Do you have compassion? Do you have empathy? You're a good person. That's how you should be judged, not by what's in your wallet. So, first few years, not a problem. I did it for everybody, and those who have come to my store will attest that I did. The 3rd year, I did the warehouse sale for the first time with the permission of the Shop That Didn't Hop organizers. Totally knew I was doing a warehouse sale. In fact, we bought the back page of their guide. There was no surprises until the warehouse sale went a little bit too well. And that's when some of the rifts started. So the stores, the other 39 stores, got together and on a conference call made it very clear that I was very unwelcome. And the only way I could participate is if I gave up the warehouse sale and I stopped doing my separate pin and my separate make and take. Otherwise, they voted me off the island. In that moment, I will tell you, I was devastated. I was hurt. And if you ever go back and find that YouTube, you will see the hurt in my face. I never expected that to happen. And so I said, okay, that's fine. I'm not going to cower down. I'm not a quitter either. I'm not going to just give in. And I had permission to do what I was doing when I did it. And now they're saying, yeah. And the thing is, you know, we were on a conference call and they didn't realize that I was on the conference call. And boy, you really need to be careful what you say when you're not sure who's on the line, because I really did hear what they thought of me, which was hard. It's hard. It was hard then. So I cried for a little while. For a couple months, I really sobbed about it. And then I got a little angry, and then I became the Shop That Did Not Hop. They didn't want me. Okay, we'll just do it ourselves. And the first year I was Evil Queen from Snow White. It just was perfect. But it got really very ugly. The stores were very angry at me. They threatened to picket my store. It was just, and if you ever go back and you watch any of those videos, you will see the very last day, the very last video I did. I am almost in tears because the relief that the event was finally over and we did it as the Shop That Did Not Hop. Now, I didn't want to become the Shop That Did Not Hop. Truly, I didn't. And I think in hindsight, most of those stores wish they hadn't made the decision they made about scrapbooking made simple. I think in hindsight, they wished that maybe they had spent more time worrying about their own business than worrying about my business. But it did happen, and it was so long ago. And we have all grown so much since then. And again, it's in a time long, long ago in a land not so far away. But that is how we became the Shop That Did Not Hop. I just would not treat people differently based on how much money they would spend in my store. I still don't today. You come in and you can only afford one piece of paper. That's all you need. We're grateful you came in and bought one sheet of paper from us. It's not a, if you treat people right, if you appreciate them and value them for who they are, they'll shop with you anyway. They'll come in just because they're comfortable, just because they're your friend, just because they know that you're not looking at them with a glance of, well, you know, I don't want to be pretty woman. I don't want to be going into the store and you can't shop here. We don't have anything for you. It's very expensive. No, come in. Let us show you how to use it. Let us show you what you can do. What do you have at home? Let us show you how to incorporate that. You're on a budget. You need 4 pieces of paper. Let's find the best 4 pieces of paper ever. So, the shop that did not hop, it will continue next year, but that is how it came to be. And how it happened, I will tell you. My mother, the phone was away from my ear when we were on a conference call, and my mom could hear them screaming at me. And Michael was standing, my husband was right next to me, and he's telling me to hang up, and they were screaming at me. So, cried for a little while, and then came back and said, okay, you don't want me? That's okay. I'll do it myself. And that's what we did. And that's what it's been for years and years now, the shop that did not hop. And I'm sorry that the majority of these stores have since gone out of business. Truly I am. I support independent retailers, all independent retailers. And hopefully maybe things will change and some stores will reopen soon enough. Okay, there's my spiel on why we're the shop that did not hop. I am going to tilt down. I hope I didn't forget anything in that story, but it is in the past, and I'm okay, and they're okay, and it just was a moment in time that I think most would wish we could take back and try again and do differently. I'm older, I'm wiser. It's a different time. So, and most of those store owners, now I will say there were a few stores that absolutely supported us, and Wootens, who has also closed, the Wootens family, while they never reached out to me personally about it, I know that I had their support and let her run her business. I know that not every store was, anti-scrapbooking made simple, but boy, they had some pretty nasty things to say about me on that phone. And finally I chimed in and said, I'm here, hello, and a dead silence. Oh well. Okay, so let's start for today, shall we? I'm gonna tilt on down and we're gonna get going, and hopefully I didn't bore you too much, but there's just been we get so many emails every year. There you go, you've got the answer now. Okay, down we go. And let me tilt on in, zoom, 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 and down, 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 ooh, and zoom, 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 and down. Too close, too close. Okay, so here is one of the cards that we have for you today. I think Claire made this one, and this is a Simply Defined die for Halloween. Remember, my dies are value priced. So, and this is actually for an A2 size card. Claire has put it on a 5x7 card. So you can see that it can, I hope it's clear, yes. You can see that that you can take the dies and make a much bigger card if you want. She's done an absolutely beautiful job inking the back, and the die is an easy one to cut. So let me put this off to the side and put it back with Claire's stuff, and let me get started. Okay, what do I have? What are we going to start with? I think we're going to start with the Headless Horseman. Okay, so I'm going to show them all to you first. Maybe that's what I'm going to do. First one I have is the Headless Horseman. So again, this is a full A2 size die. It is $9.99 if you buy it in the I Want It All bundle. If you just want one or two of these, then they are $13.99. Here we have the next. I've got my haunted house. And can you see my little trick-or-treaters? And the moon and the, yes, it's all there. All the little trick-or-treaters are in there. The house, the moon, the owl, even it's all about the candy. And this doesn't have to be a scary die if you don't want it to be. You can make this die anything you want it to be. It doesn't have to be scary. It's just a house, right? Okay, then my next one is definitely scary. Right? Wah-ha-ha. Which is funny because I don't like scary at all. But there's my next die. And again, a full A2 size. He's $9.99 if you do the I Want It All purchase. And if not, then it's $13.99. Here's the die that I just showed you that Claire made the card from. And you've got their shadows here. And then you can leave them in a silhouette, or what Claire did was cut the little hats and the little boo, but you've got the shadow of them walking through. And then I've got my skeleton and my cobwebbed coffin. And the skeleton you can put together any way you want. The coffin, wait till you see what Elena did with this. It's amazing. And then you've got a few words, happy haunting and boo. Elena just knocked this one right out of the ballpark. Then I have my jack-o'-lantern. So he's got a ton of little fallout pieces. And if you look at those pieces, you will see that they're witches' brooms and witches' hats and black cats and the word boo and just a little bones. He's got a little bone in his tooth, a skeleton bone. So all things Halloween. There's the cat. There's one of the cats. All things Halloween encompass my jack-o'-lantern. Now the last die is not part of the I Want It All collection. This is a contour die, which means that it is going to not cut an edge here, and it's going to cut the design in. So it's made up of my girl, my witch girl, and my cobweb border. And I think maybe I might start there and show you how to use this one first, because it is a little different. So let's take my girl. Let's see what happens with her. So I've got my die here. This is a chemically etched die, a wafer die. And it's called a wafer die because look at how thin it is. It is like a wafer. And this die is a little different than some of the others because on this far edge, there's no cutting edge. All these ridges, can you see all these ridges? Those are all going to cut the paper. But here, there's nothing there. That means it's not going to cut this entire piece out. Usually with a die cut, you put it on the paper and you die cut and it comes all the way out. This one's going to be a little different because there is no cut edge here at all. Now, let's just run her through quickly and see what we get. So I'm using an A2 size card. And I want to make sure that she's entirely on the paper. I don't want any of this hanging over. Don't want that. I can take it all the way back to here because what's going to happen is when I cut this, all of this paper is going to come away. So if I want her to be just the front of the card, the entire front of the card, I put her all the way back here. Well, let's just do it. Okay, that's it. Let's just do it. So let's say I want her to be the entire front of the card. I'm going to bring over my Sizzix Big Shot machine. I am definitely using a precision base plate with my machine today. Precision base plate lets you cut all of these little intricate little dies out, all these pieces out, and they just kind of fall out. Now I'm also working with my multi-purpose platform. Doesn't matter if you have a large one or a small one. Multi-purpose platform, everything has to be completely closed. I don't want any of my tabs open. I'm going to put that right down there. Again, doesn't matter if you have the small one or the large one. It doesn't even matter if you have the new machine, which comes with just a base plate and one shim. You want to just stack everything together, and then I need to put my precision base plate on top. I don't want to be able to read the directions. These are the directions on how to use this. If you put those directions face up, you're doing it wrong. I need you to flip them over so that you can see the chrome. Now this is the new chrome one. This is the version 3 of the precision base plate. The other 2 versions were fine, and next week I'm going to show you all 3 versions. And if you have any of them, you're fine. But you do need to have one of them if you're using a big shot machine, a 6-inch big shot machine. You do not need it if you have the plus machine and you want to cut intricate dies. Now, I'm going to put my die, there's her little face. I'm going to put her right up against the score line, of my card. And I'm going to tilt her just a hair bit. I'm going to put, well, actually I'm going to use my old yucky one. I'm going to use a cup plate. Can you see how yucky that is? Why am I using a cup plate as opposed to a do not cut plate? Well, because the pressure that you're going to get by using the precision base plate is going to leave an indent in my cutting plate. So if you don't want an indent in your do not cut plate, then don't use it. Oh, I think I just moved it. But you know what? I'm just going to go for it. Let's just go. Go, go, go. And I'm going to roll her on through. And then, because my card bases are 200 pound, not 100 pound, 200 pound, I'm going, not 110 pound, 200 pound, I'm going to rotate and bring her on back, and hopefully we've got her completely cut out. My card bases are heavier than just about any other card base you will ever see on the market. Just to be safe, we'll roll her through one more time, just to be on the safe side. If I was using just plain cardstock, I wouldn't need to do that, but 200 pound cardstock is super heavy. It makes for a great card base though, it really does. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh yeah, we're good. See, isn't that nice? That's just like a little bit of happiness when that happens, right? Everybody goes, ah! So you can see, oh, Mr. SMS, I love you. I really do. And okay, there's a trash can. I suppose I could try to aim. Oh, so close. You can see all the little bits and pieces are just falling out, and you can see it didn't cut her all the way out. It cut her in, and she's right on that score line. So if I wanted to, I could, let's grab a piece of my Sizzix opulent paper. Oh, she's so pretty. Pretty, 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 pretty. You're like, are you seriously freehanding that? I seriously am. This is the way this girl rolls. Close is good enough. Most of the time. Okay. Not that it's perfect, but that's okay. Look at how pretty my witch is. I love my witch. Right on the edge. But remember, I said you can move her. So let's grab another piece. Let's grab another card base. And this time, as opposed to being right on the edge, I'm going to bring her out as far as I can. So I don't want any of my die going over my paper. None of it. So it's got to all be on my card base. So let's open her up. Bring over my Big Shot machine. And make sure the entire die is not over the card base, but on top right here. Take her all the way out so I can make it as big as I can. And then I'm on my precision base plate. I'm on my multi-purpose platform, completely closed. And then I'm going to roll her on through. So sounds pretty good. Ooh, sounds pretty good. I just didn't rotate her too much. I should have rotated her a little bit. Oh, and there it is. Shh. Okay, anytime you want to be quiet. Anytime you want to stop vibrating, I can hear it. I feel it. Okay, let's see if I can keep it from doing that again. Nope. Stop. I know that, I forget what part is broken, but I haven't taken it in to get it fixed, obviously. Oh, Stacy. It's stabilizer, it's the stabilizer. Okay, we're just gonna have to be gentle with my Big Shot machine. Come on. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. All my little pieces are gonna fall out. Well, I definitely can't go take it and get it fixed now. And again, I'm gonna make a shot for Mr. SMS's trash can. Oh, better that time. But now you can see, and let me grab a different piece of opulent cardstock. So, this is the first time in a really long time we have had all of the opulent cardstock back in stock. We haven't had charcoal, and I can't tell you how long. Charcoal is back. And what's opulent cardstock? I will get there, trust me. It's beautiful. I use it like it's water. It's crazy. Sizzix is a dye company, and yet, forgive me, Mr. SMS, your dyes are okay. Love some of them, but I really love your paper. Who would think that a dye company, I would be in love with their paper more than their dyes? Okay, so there she is. Can you see the difference? Let me hold up this one. So do you want her to be the entire card front, or do you want to have some space here? Because then you can put paper here, ribbon here, you can stamp here. It's whatever it is you want to do. Absolutely. And the cardstock I'm using is the charcoal opulent cardstock. Now let me just show you just real quick, well, since I talked about it already. Opulent cardstock is from Sizzix. They have charcoal, they have gold, they have silver, they have ivory, which is really white. Don't pay attention to the word ivory because it's wrong. And they have rose gold. So rose gold, gold, silver, ivory, and charcoal. It is stunning. And it is, in my opinion, a good value for what you're getting. Each pack, this is the charcoal. each pack has 4 different textures of the same hue of paper, the same color of paper. So you've got a glitter paper here in the grays. You've got a matte gray right here. You've got a brushed metal here. You've got a pearlized here, and you've got a mirror cardstock here, all within the same color family. And we use this stuff like crazy. Truly, it's just beautiful. All the different finishes. In fact, I cut pumpkins from one of my pumpkins. So this would be the matte finish. Let me move this out of the way. This would be the matte finish. And this would be the pearl finished. And this would definitely be the mirror finish. And this would be the brushed finish. I don't know if you can see the brush. It's got beautiful lines in there. And then this is the glitter finish. So they do, each pack comes with all 5 finishes, and you get 10 sheets. 10 sheets of each finish. So 50 sheets in each pack. And like I said, they do it in silver. So you get the same finishes, only all in silver paper. The gold, the rose gold is, we've been out of it for so long, this is the first time we've actually got it back. The rose gold is magnificent. The ivory is white, and you've seen me use the ivory all the time. And I mean, you just can't go wrong with any of it. If you have any of it, you know what I'm talking about. So finally we got charcoal back. So I went and I did my witch die, which is not part of the I Want It All bundle, because it is a contour die. It's an edge die, and you get 2 of them. You also get the cute little spider web. Now, lots to be done with these, and I think I'm going to do one more. I think I'm going to take, you've seen this before, black. This is black vinyl, and I get this black vinyl from a company out of the Netherlands, and this is what peel-offs are made out of, only this is done without any die cut in it. So peel-offs are those words that I use, or those shapes that I use, and then we color them in. This is the material that the peel-offs start with before they go through the machine and are pre-die cut for you. Each pack you get 2 sheets, and it is self-adhesive. So I'm going to take my little spider web guy, and I'm going to cut me a piece of this. Oops. All right, I'm going to put that aside. So I've got a piece of black vinyl here. I'm going to put that black vinyl on cut my size down just a little bit. Let's grab this card. Cut my size down just a little bit. So it's a little long. Shoop. Okay. I think I'm good. All right, I'm going to peel off the sticky. Easier said than done. Oh, there we go. So I've got a self-adhesive piece of vinyl. That's all this is. And I'm going to take and I'm going to kind of smush down my back. I'm going to line this up. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to get this onto my card. It needs to be all the way at the top though. That's important. All the way at the top. and all the way down. We'll see how close I came. Then I can take my die. And I can line my die up and cut. Put this over there. Oh no, I can't. Yeah, that's okay. I'm gonna bring my machine back, only we're gonna gingerly bring my machine back. Gingerly. And I'm gonna take my die with those ridges side down against my vinyl. And now I'm asking my die to not only cut the vinyl, but cut the 200-pound cardstock and the adhesive that's on the back of the vinyl. Let's see what we get. And I'm gonna roll it through. Got my precision base plate on there with the chrome side or the black side up. You just don't want to be reading the directions. Oh, I thought I was so ginger. All right, shush. We are not stopping and starting. This is what happens when you don't edit your videos. You get what you get. Maybe if I tilt just a little bit. What do you think? We'll see. Time will tell. If not, I'll just keep fixing it. I know what next week's video is. I'm gonna wish that I could fix it. What if I just move it a little? You think that'll make a difference? I don't know. All right, let's see if I got the back done. Oh no, see, I'm still not done in the back. It didn't cut all the way through. So I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna rotate it just a little bit. And I'm gonna send it on through. Remember, we're asking for it to go through 200-pound cardstock and adhesive that's on the back of the vinyl and the vinyl. There's a lot for it to go through. So roll, roll, and let's see if I rotate just a little bit. What does the rotating do? Well, it helps it hit the sweet spot in your machine a little bit better. Let's see if I do any better here. Roll, roll. Oh, no, not yet. Maybe it's just too thick with my card base. Roll. Oh, there we go. Oh, that was good. I heard that. Did you hear that? Roll, roll, roll. I'm so close. I'm so close. Do you think I should try a little shim? Okay, this is a spot shim. So I'm going to put that shim down and I'm going to make that, I'm going to try and force that cut by just adding even a little bit more pressure. We'll see what happens. Time will tell. Oh, it's tight, tight, tight. We're like 90% there. Remind me not to do vinyl on my card base. Okay, let's roll through one more time because I'm not a quitter. I'm not going to give up until I get that cut. And I'm just doing a spot shim with an envelope just to add just a wee bit more pressure in that middle to try and get it to cut. Just a wee bit more in that middle. This girl does not give up. Right there. Yay. If not, we're going to go without it. We're just going to go anyway. My poor envelope's a hot mess, but that's okay. I just don't know. All my little pieces. All my little pieces come out. Okay, well, I say it's still not 100%. Oh well, it happens. On my card base, it's just too hard to get that. Well, I don't know. See, it does come out. You just gotta, I think my card base is just too darn thick. What if I used a piece of, what if I used quickly a piece of Ellison's paper? Let's see. Let's go here, and let's go here, and let's take the, what color do we want? Well, we'll just do our spider web. We could do it in a bright silver. Do we want a bright silver? Ooh, what if we did it in the bright silver? Because the pretty colors of the peel-offs come, I've got a whole bunch of new colors. So let's see if we can make it work on Ellison's paper that's not quite as thick as mine. And I'm gonna pop out some of these little doodads. Easy peasy mac and cheesy. Try and get them into the trash can as close as possible. Not so bad. And let's take the dye and let's take the silver. Do we think we're gonna like the silver on it? I don't know. What if we did it in purple? I just heard somebody roll over. I did. If Polly's watching, I'm sorry. Purple lends to Halloween. Okay, so let's cut. Cut, cut, cut. Close enough. Let's cut, cut, cut. Close enough. I'm not going to throw that away. I want to keep that. Let's get this down. Oh, it just came up. There we go. Kind of fold this on back. And let's go. Yeah, let's go here. Down, 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 down. Poof, done. All right. Let's try again, shall we? We're going to go this way. And it's going to cut this out. So that's all we can do is try. Although it does really look good in that black. But all we can do is try, right? Let's bring over our machine gently. Put it down. Kind of tilt it just ever so little. Just a little, see how I'm just doing a slight angle? And let's see if I can get it to cut all the way through. So one, and let's bring it back. And then we'll just do a full rotate. Remember, it's that little edge that's trying to cut through all that paper and adhesive and vinyl. So it's not got a full blade. The die doesn't have a full blade, so we really are asking the die to do a lot. Oh, that worked well. Maybe I'm going to run it one more time. A little bit of a tilt. And away we go. That looks good. Oh yeah, heaven's much better. Look at that. My centers are coming out. My sides are coming out. Okay, I feel better now. Whew. Now I could take and fold my card and score it properly. Much better. I still don't have all my little things out, but that's okay. You guys are not going to want to watch me pull them all out, right? I don't think so. But a much better cut. Not as heavy paper. So my girl had, well, she had no problem, but I didn't put her all the way through the different types of the vinyl over the top. But here, looks great in the vinyl. Much better. Okay, so let's move on. Now you know what a contour die is and what it does. It allows you to cut an edge onto the die without actually cutting, or an edge onto the card base without actually cutting the piece out. If you wanted to, you could cut her out of another color and trim her down and layer her straight on. There's lots to be done with those dies, and they're very, very, very simple to use. Okay, so I'm going to put them someplace else. There. Now, let's move on to one of my regular dies. I think I'm going to use my Headless Horseman. My Headless Horseman. And let's pull him out. So, Headless Horseman is made up of two different dies. Here, and a frame die. This die will cut your entire piece out, and then we added the frame die just so you could make a background if you wanted to. And then we've got the little bat and the cute little pumpkin and the little owl. So darling. So let's play with that for just a minute. And this time I'm gonna wanna do it again in vinyl. And let me see, do I have another piece of black vinyl? Ha, I do. So I'm gonna do it again in my vinyl. And this time, I'm not gonna take any kind of pretty paper at all. In fact, I'm gonna grab a sheet of paper that we can't get anymore. It's sad because I love it, but I'm gonna use this. I'm not gonna use my nice black paper. I'm not gonna use my nice white paper. What do you have that you don't love anymore, or that came in a kit that you never loved to begin with? Because this is when using the vinyl is great, because it's going to cover all of this up and you're not taking away from paper that you love, love, love. Now, got my die, I've got my vinyl. I'm going to cut my piece off. And being that the vinyl is self-adhesive, it just makes it easier. Now, a couple YouTubes ago, I cut the vinyl and then tried to peel it off from the sticky, and it was a very intricate one, and I tried again and again, and I just couldn't do it. And I refused to give up. I am not a quitter. So I'm like, Stacy, this is ridiculous. You have to be able to die cut the vinyl. It die cuts beautifully. And then I'm like, hello, just back it with a piece of paper first. That makes the most sense. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna separate my vinyl. Kind of put it, kind of down so that you can lay it and get it on. Zoop! Sound effects required. There, on. Now, what happens if I get a little air bubble in there? No big deal. Don't worry about it at all. When you die cut, it's going to solve all of your problems. I'm going to trim this piece down. Trim, trim, trim. You can see that the vinyl covers the paper, so nobody would ever know what's underneath. Although that really looks good, doesn't it? But we can't go there. It's too bad, so sad. Here's my die. Let's slide my machine on over. Slide, 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 slide. And let's, remember, I'm using my multi-purpose platform completely closed. Doesn't matter if it's large or an extended version or a small version. If you've got a new Big Shot machine, you have got a base plate and one shim that you're going to lay on top. I've got my precision base plate facing up, facing me. If you can read the directions, stop and turn it over. And then last, I think I'm going to cut that bottom off. Last I've got, oh, I guess I can feel it. Do you think I can feel it? Oh yeah, I can feel it. Okay. Last I have got my paper, my die. Actually, maybe I will take it down. I'm going to cut it off. Cut it off. Cut, cut, cut. Cut off that little extra purpley on the bottom. Cut, cut, cut. All right. Now I'm sure I've got my lineup right. And send it on through. A little bit of an angle. Turn the whole die a little bit out at an angle with the paper. That allows the die to feed into your roller at an angle. It takes it from this high point and works down. And that keeps you from getting a big loud ka-thump. You're looking to not have a ka-thump. And if you put the die straight on, because it's a straight line here and your roller is right there, you tend to get a ka-thump. Does it hurt the die? No, it doesn't. But it does sound pretty awful. Okay, let's just go for it. Oh, I just keep moving it, but let's just go. It is what it is. So send it on through. Creaks and cracks are okay. Not a problem. That just means your die is cutting. I've got it to this end. I'm going to open it up. And because I've got a smaller piece of paper, I can just rotate it here. I don't, with the big card base, I couldn't just do this very easily, but I can because I've got a smaller piece of paper here. So the big card base, I had to kind of flip into a 180 degree. Okay, let's see what I got. Ooh, perfect. I'm going to pull all of this out. And pull all of this out. Little bit of purple at the top from my paper. And then all my little bits and pieces are going to come out. All my little bits and pieces are going to come out. So when you're working with vinyl, it almost gives the look that you have almost done a heat emboss. Because it's raised, it's smooth, it's almost like you put embossing powder over your entire die and did a heat emboss, only you don't have any bubbles, it's perfectly smooth. It is a lovely way. Basically, you're making your own peel off. So think about all the different dies that you have that perhaps you want to make almost look like an embossed, and that's what peel offs are. They're meant to mimic an embossing, a heat embossing with your embossing tool. Gives you that super high gloss finish. And the vinyl comes in so many different colors. Today I think I've got 6 or 7, no, maybe 9 different colors. A mirror finish and matte finish and gloss finish. And it just gives you a wahoo ka-choo moment. So I've got my Headless Horseman and I've poked out quite a bit of the doodads. And he looks pretty good. Well, he looks good. So let's get rid of all of this. Now you could save this black piece here and use that for something else. And you could save this corner here for something else. You absolutely could. And in fact, you could even save the little crosses that fell out, the negatives, and use those if you wanted. But I'm going to get rid of the rest of this, and maybe I'll put that off to the side and see if there's anything that I do with it. Off to the side. Okay, so I've got this piece. Now what do I do with it? You're like, Stacy, now what? Well, I know, right? But let's grab some more of that opulent cardstock. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, let's use that. Beautiful, right? Ooh, okay. So I'm going to cut out with my frame, the perfect frame for that die. Now, if you've got a trimmer, you could absolutely do this with a trimmer without any question. But if you want to make sure that it's the right size and you've got your die cut machine, away you go. So if I bring over my die cut machine, this time I do not need to use my precision base plate. I don't need to use this. This frame die is not intricate. It's not a difficult die to cut. I call it an open frame die. Whereas this die, all of those little bits and pieces needed to come out. It's a very intricate die. This is not. If I put this on my precision base plate and I cut with it, will it hurt the die? It won't hurt it, but it will start to warp it. Now, a warped die can be unwarped. It absolutely can, and you just have to kind of bend it back. But when you're using an open frame die, any kind of a frame die that doesn't have metal in the middle to keep it from twisting and turning, you want to remove your precision base plate and put down your cut plate and put down your paper. And a do not cut plate, which helps the die go through smoothly. If you keep one plate without any of those cuts in it, it does tend to help your machine. It just helps the multi-purpose platform slide easy peasy. Now, because this isn't an intricate die, it should cut with just one pass. Bam, done. Let's put this back together and slide it over. The sliding for now seems to be working. Let's grab my black. Still some little pieces that aren't out yet. I really do make them very intricate sometimes, but I like them intricate. I like intricate dies, and I like all the little detail that you can get on them. Ooh. Okay, so now I've got an 1/8 of an inch frame all the way around it. And it looks good on that silver. But how am I going to get it down? Okay, easy peasy. Now, remember, this was self-adhesive. My vinyl was self-adhesive. And I did die cut before the vinyl and then tried to pull it off to make it a sticker. Oh, it was very difficult. It got tangled in all into myself. And so I have taken away the sticker option of this because I put the sticker side down onto paper so I could die cut it super easy. Just see all the little pieces that I haven't pooped out yet. All that little detail. So how am I going to stick it down? Well, you could use glue, absolutely. We, however, are going to use the sticky dots, my sticky dots. Here they are. Doesn't look like much. It's a very thin sheet, but sandwiched in between both of these sheets are these dots that are just pure magic. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate all of you who have sent me emails saying, we love your sticky dots. Now, I'm going to show you something that I did not come up with. This was sent to me by a customer because I so struggle getting them apart. She said, just take 2 pieces of washi tape or scotch tape. Hello. Take a piece here and take a piece here. This is not my idea. I did not come up with this. This was brilliant. Piece here. Look it! Okay, who knew? Talk about making my life simple. I'm in love. I so wish that it was my idea. I do, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It was one of you out there, and I love you. I love you for this. She's like, Stacy, just take washi tape or scotch tape and just put it at, make 2 little tabs and then pull it apart. She says it works every time. You know what? It does. It works every time. Woohoo! It never dawned on me. Never did. But that's okay. I've got it now. So what's on these sticky dots? All right. You have one side that has absolutely nothing. It's just the liner so that the sticky dots don't stick on anything. On this side, however, there's hundreds of thousands of little sticky dots. Tiny, microscopic, you can barely even see them. And that's what we're going to use to hold this down, to adhere this to my paper. I'm going to put my die cut right on my sticky dots. Close it up, give a good burnish, press it down. Now, anywhere you don't see the die, like right here, the sticky dots are going to stay right there. So I never get rid of the liner. I don't, because I will come back and use sticky dots in the areas that they still are. Can they be difficult to see? Yes. Can I change the color of the sticky dots? No, I can't. I can't make them pink or light yellow or light green or no. I was told that's a no can do, Stacy. I would have to order way too many. So I'm peeling it off. The nice thing about the sticky dots is there's no goobers. So if you know what a goober is, if you have a Xyron machine, you may already know what a goober is. Put it down. And just like that. Right? That's cool, right? The vinyl gives you this feel, and you can hear it, it's raised. It gives you this feel of that you've stamped it, thrown hot black embossing powder down, and you went and I want to say heated it, but you used your heat tool to change your embossing powder from a powder to a solid. Only you didn't. You did it with a die cut. How many die cuts do you own? And oh my gosh, the colors. And you don't need to heat emboss if you're not a person who is into embossing powders. And because they're so inexpensive, these sheets, you get 2 reds or 2 silvers or 2 purples for I think it's $1.50. And if you don't need to use a lot of mirror or things of that nature, this is a really great way to be able to afford a whole lot of colors without spending a ton of money. So now what am I going to do? I'm going to finish this off. He is the Headless Horseman after all, right? He is the Headless Horseman. So let's find my, where did I put it? There it is. Let's find my little pumpkin. Do you see how little my pumpkin is? And my little owl. And I'm going to put my sticky sheet there. I'm going to grab my orange. And maybe I cut my owl out of the orange too. And I'll use some purple. And I will use my shiny gold. Or do I want my matte gold? Ooh, decisions, decisions. Do I have my matte gold in here? All right, we'll try matte gold and see what happens. All right, so I'm going to play with these three colors. And again, I'm just going to use some yucky old paper. Nothing fabulous. And I'm going to use tiny little bits of this, uber tiny little bits. So I'm going to cut, I'm going to wait on that. I'm going to cut myself a little square of orange. I mean like a little square of orange. Tiny little square. And I'm going to put that down on my paper. And then I'm going to cut a square of gold. I'll put that down on my paper. And then I'm going to come back with that purple. And I need just a little bit of it, almost nothing. I just want to get those little crosses. So I need, gosh, maybe about that much. Very little. And put that right down on my paper. Perfect. Now I'm going to try and cut all of these at the exact same time. Let's see how I do. I've got my main die, but all I want out of my main die are those crosses. That's all I want, are those crosses right there. So I'm going to bring my machine back over. I'm going to use my precision base plate. I'm going to put my little die in there, and all I want are those crosses. So that's all I care about, having that paper under. I'm not going to waste and cut everything out. I'm just going to cut what I want out of purple. And then I have these two. Now, these I can put in on my precision base plate because these little dies are solid. So there's no warping going to happen. And I'm going to do my little pumpkin and my little owl. And I'm going to borrow from my haunted mansion, my moon. I don't know if the moon should be yellow or not. I don't know. We're just going to go with it. I'm going to put my cut plate over the top. And I'm going to send it on through. Oh, I have too much going on. It didn't go through. Did you see that? It's because I have one too many platforms. One too many platforms. That's the beautiful thing about a Big Shot machine, is that if it's too thick, it will not let you go. It just won't. And I knew that right away. So I accidentally left on one of my platforms, which is the one I really should have on top. So let's put that one over there. And let's move this back and reline it up. All I care about are those little crosses. That's all I want out of that whole thing. And I want my little pumpkin, and I want my little owl, and my little moon. Although I have a feeling the moon shouldn't be that color, but we're just going to go for it. Go, go, go. There we go. Oh, stop, stop, stop. Stop, stop, stop. Are you done? Yes, okay. So now I'm gonna roll it back. Nope, we're not done. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, it stopped on its own. Okay, my little moon is cut out. My little pumpkin, come on out. How cute is he? He's teeny tiny. My little owl, which slid. Oh, but that's okay. We're gonna go with it anyway. And I want my little crosses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. Got what I wanted. Now let's put that there. Let's put that there. Let's take these and put that there. So what am I doing? I'm putting all of my dies on my gotcha tool. This is a gotcha tool. It allows me to put all my dies and it holds them in place. It's a magnetic tool. It's huge and it just holds everything in place so I don't lose my tiny little dies. All right, so let's glue these in place. But where am I gonna glue them? Right back into my card. So this is where I was, but now I want to add some color to it. So let's grab my sticky dots again. And gosh, I could even use these. So these were the ones that fell out when they were just black. And let's open up my sticky dots because that was absolutely brilliant. And I'm going to take my little owl, who's now two-tone, and put him down, and take my little pumpkin and my moon and my little purple crosses. So you want an easy way to paper piece, you can either use Stacy tape if you're doing a whole die cut, a little extra on there that we didn't need, or you can use sticky dots to just get sticky on the back of absolutely everything, and you can go. No sitting there trying to glue everything in place. That's a headache. Give a burnish over, open, and now I can start putting things in place. Where do I want my Headless Horseman's head? How about there? And maybe I want my two-tone owl there. And I want my purple cross to fill in the space where he goes. There. And let's put this purple cross. So I am paper piecing things back together again. There. And this one. There. And this one. There. Let's get that extra little piece off of him. What's on him? A little piece of white. Take him and snip him off. Joop. And put him in place. So all I'm doing is paper piecing all the little pieces that I want back in to add some color and some detail to them. That's all I'm doing. And I could even take the little black ones that I have and put those, I could put this black one, ooh, right here, and put him back in if I wanted. I could take a black one here and put some more crosses over here. These are the ones that fell out. So you have, you have options to play. And then my moon, I'm going to stick right up here. And then I'm going to trim them on down. Trim. Trim. And it looks so cool. That vinyl adds an element of kind of a surprise to it because it's not flat paper. It's got, most of them have, this one's got a matte finish, which is beautiful. This has got a gloss finish. Some of them have a mirror finish, and you can use it in such small little ways to add that little element of bam without costing a fortune, because it's $1.50 for 2 sheets. And the black you use a lot. I use the black like crazy. I'll cut the whole die in black. I will. I like my black. I have a lot of it. Do I have any more over here? I use black like crazy. It makes my heart happy. It looks great. Let's cut. So 2 sheets in each pack, $1.50. If you don't do vinyl, if you don't do a Cricut, if you want self-adhesive, if you want something that kind of gives you a foiling look. I cut this one earlier. I was playing with this one. I'm gonna do his so where's those little, I'm gonna go back and do his little stem in green. But look at that out of the orange. I think they call it copper. Let's just take this and put, you think that's close enough? No, I'll use a different sheet. I like the black because it does that silhouette look. So let's take a look at this die. Well, actually, we don't even have to. Let's take a look at the cute little trick-or-treaters. Oh, we won't even cut this die. Let's use some of the colors. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So what if no, I think I like this with that. And let's put this down really quick. And I'm going to take some of these little trick-or-treaters and cut them, because the Haunted Mansion comes with these little trick-or-treater guys. You've got the a dragon and a Dracula and a little witch and a robot and a mummy, and they're just absolutely darling. So if I took this and let's just sticky dot it down. I know I have some Stacy tape here somewhere. Anybody see my Stacy tape? And I know Elena gave it to me, and she said, here, you're probably going to need this. And I said, no, what would I need that for? I'm going to use sticky dots for the whole thing. Turns out Elena was right. So let's just sticky dot that. Down. Now this piece I could cut out. Because I'm going to use the entire thing of sticky dots. There's not going to be any left. And I'm going to put that in here. Good. Not quite straight, but good enough. Good. Then I'm going to take, and what color do we want her? What if we do her in the orange? And let's grab her really quickly. And let's cut her. Hot Mess City. And let's put this down. So I'm going to cover that up. We're going to try. We're going to see if we can do it. Come on. Tweezers. There we go. Oh, no, little sticky, no. Okay, so I'm going to fold this down. Kind of line it on up anywhere on my paper and just go. Smooth it on down. I can throw that away. Let's cut this out. Let's see what we get. Are you with me? Or are you like, what is this manic woman doing? But I think it'll work. I'm going to cut her out of the orange. Slowly. Bring over my Big Shot machine. Line her up with an edge kind of there. Kind of put her on an angle. And let's see. Send her on through. Little creaks and cracks are okay. Let's rotate her. Send her back. But you're like, Stacy, remember, she doesn't cut all the way out. I know she doesn't. So let's cut that off. Let's cut this piece off. Let's take her out. Oh, she looks so good. Oh my gosh. I love this vinyl. And I love all the colors it comes in. And I love that I can get it now cheaper than I had it before. I had to let it was discontinued. We couldn't get it anymore. Then I had to find a new company that could do it. And the price that they made it for was just amazing. And I'm just so happy. Okay, I don't need to worry about that. Okay, so I've got her cut. Now, what if I trim her here and cut off this excess? And then what if I take some sticky dots? So not my idea, but brilliant. I put it down. Oh, make sure it's on the sticky side. That's the sticky side. I do that. And I get her all stickified. And I bring this on over. So I got a few little pieces in there, but that's okay. And then I line her up. I could even put it slightly at a shadow. What if I did a slight white shadow behind there? Oh! How cute is she, right? And then do I have time to move her? Yeah. I can pull her up. And if you didn't like the shadow and you wanted her to be exact, you can come back in. And get her in there exactly on top of the white. If you're not crazy about the shadow, you have options. You've got time. And now I don't have the shadow. And then I could take my little people, my little dudes. And I'm not even gonna back these. I'm just gonna cut them. Let's do a couple little dudes. And let's grab a couple colors. So let's do a green. And let's do a red. And let's do, where did I do my, oh, I don't know. Oh, let's do a really weird color. Oh, I like that color. That's nice. And do I have any purple left? I do. I've got a little swatch of purple. Let's cut that little swatch of purple. Okay. Of course, it's backed, but that's okay. Let's pull them on over. Put my little colors down. Put my little dudes on my colors. I guess my robot should be silver, but today he's going to be purple. And send them on through. So these I didn't back at all. They're so small, I'm not even going to worry about it. So these three are not backed. Oh, he's so cute. Now I could try to get him off and just peel the vinyl away and separate it. And I could have him running. And then let's have my little mummy guy. And see if we can separate him. So you can see how the vinyl can go a really long way. Let's do my little witch. For $1.50. And then my last little robot guy, he is backed. So I'm gonna have to, look, they're so cute on the bottom. Can you see them? I'm gonna need my my sticky dots really quick. And I don't wanna lose my dies. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm gonna need my little sticky dots to put a little sticky on him. Because I used a piece that was already backed with paper. And 4. And then you put Boo up there. And we took that white piece of paper, that white card base, and we changed it dramatically. Just by using the vinyl. That looks great. And then we added a few little things here. My goodness gracious, I could continue to add. But we used the vinyl here as well. It doesn't have to be Halloween to use this vinyl. You can use it with any of your dies. Any of your dies it'll work with. And it gives just a new look without having to buy full sheets of mirror paper. This is easy, it's convenient, it's affordable. And mirror paper doesn't give you that. That looks like it's been embossed. So I love these. I love the foils, or the vinyls. It looks great. And it was easy peasy mac and cheesy. And I'm done. All right, holy smokes, look at the time. Okay, so what did we do today? Well, we absolutely played with my Simply Defined dies. I'll go in there and I will slowly but surely pop all of these bad boys out and the girls can make a sample with it. Using the edge dies, which, gosh, do I have a piece? Which look great on the edge. I use the edge die there. I use my contour die here. We took foil or vinyls, just inexpensive vinyl sheets that are sticky, ready to go for a sticker, and we made your own peel off. And with all the colors out now, we brought in, I think, another 9 new colors, and 2 sheets each, $1.50. You really can't go wrong when you need that little pop of something, but you don't know what. When you want to add that little pop of something, but you're just not sure what, these are a really affordable and great way to do that. I mean, they really do look so cute. I don't know if it's zooming or not. They do look so cute. And that color, just a little pop of color here and there, makes all the difference in the world. So we did a lot of die cutting today and playing with the vinyl. And then of course we've got all the packs. We played with the opulent paper. We have not had the charcoal back since the first go round. So I'm really excited to have the charcoal back. And again, you get 5 different finishes and there's 10 sheets of each finish. And it's amazing. So you get 50 sheets of paper, and those of you who have it, you know that you love it. And the rose gold, the silver, the ivory, which is not ivory, it's white, and the charcoal we now have fully back in stock. Wahoo kachoo. Okay, so let me show you what we have on sale, and then, oh my gosh, and then let's get to the samples because I've got lots of them. All right, so we have all the dies. All the dies are on, well, they're $9.99 if you buy the I Want It All. They're $13.99 if you don't. This die is $15.99 all on its own, and it's not sold in the I Want It All bundle. And then oodles and oodles and oodles of colors of the vinyl. Pick what makes your heart happy. You can't go wrong with any of it. Quickly, the storyboards. Okay. There is my skull. There is my little trick-or-treaters. Here's my jack-o'-lantern. So it will cut in, it will do the frame, and when you use them together, it will do both. It cuts it out. Here is my Headless Horseman. You get the frame. Headless Horseman and frame. Here's my coffin. It cuts in, it cuts the coffin out. You put them together, you get this, and then you get all the parts of the skeleton and Happy Haunting and Boo. And then you've got my Haunted Mansion with all the little doodads. Aren't they so cute? The moon, the owl, the trick-or-treaters, and it says it's all about the candy. And last but not least, the one that is not part of the I Want It All bundle is the contour set where you do the edges. So you've got edge here, you've got a gatefold here, you've got her there, that's what I did, and you've got the two of them together. Okay, let's talk samples. And then the opulent paper. Yeah, so opulent paper. So gold, rose gold, silver, ivory, which is really white, and the one I used today is the charcoal, which is finally back. Okay, now let's talk samples. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Okay. Let's start with Doris. There's her Day of the Dead. And her contour. And then she used the frame die for the pumpkin. And it's all about the candy. Can you see the details she put on those little trick-or-treaters? And happy haunting. So all the little pieces that fell out of the jack-o'-lantern, she put in. She laid them on. So all the little pieces that fell out of this card, all those little confetti pieces, is what she used on this card. And here's another happy haunting. Look at the background she made. Beautiful, right? Absolutely beautiful. I think she used oxide inks. So that's Doris. Then we have Belinda, who has made a boo banner for us. And her little skeleton is kind of all over the place. You've got part of him down here. You've got his head and his arms coming out of the O. So this is Belinda and her boo banner. Let me try and hold that one up so you can see that one. So cute, right? So Belinda. Happy haunting. You open him up and there he is. Here she's put the skeleton with the jack-o'-lantern and her black cat, because she always has a black cat, with the pumpkin face. Love Belinda. And here is her Headless Horseman with that background's wild, Belinda. It's absolutely wild. I love it. And then we have SMS girl Sharon. And here is her jack-o'-lantern. And here is her simple, easy, just beautiful, made out of our shimmer paper. And her Headless Horseman. That shimmer paper, look at it. It's just, it's amazing. Her Headless Horseman. And here's her. See, she didn't use it on the edge at all. She didn't use it for an edge die at all. She cut it out, the spider web, and cut the edge and used it on the card, but not on the edge, not as an edge die. And her little trick-or-treaters. This is Sharon. And then we have Claire. I already showed you this one. Claire. And here's Claire's skull. Now she used the spider web on both sides, And then you open it up and she's got flowers in the eye sockets. This is Claire and our skull, my skull. It's a little spooky. Here she took the pumpkin and the frame die and she made the card base out of the pumpkin. And then she started to fill in all those little pieces of fallout and put them all back into place in different colors. And here we have her witch and happy haunting. And her headless horseman. And another one of the jack-o'-lanterns where again she paper pieced back in like I did, putting the pieces back in to add that element back in. And finally, her altered art piece. That looks pretty awesome, doesn't it? She did amazing. So you've got the house, you've got the headless horseman, you've got the trees, you've got, I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. So that is Claire. Last but not least is Belinda. Okay, so Belinda, open, open, and you've got all three. Look at that. Is that crazy? Look at how amazing that looks with Belinda, or with Elena. This is Elena. She did an amazing job here. All layers, and then open, open, open. And then here is her wicked skull. All goopy. Definitely not if you don't like to be scared on that one. The Day of the Dead was cute. This one's frightening. And then look at how darling is this. They're little trick-or-treaters. And she's used the coffin to cut into the paper to add that design into the paper, but she didn't cut it all the way out. And then, how cool is that? Again, this is all Elena. And then last but not least, I told you you would love it. And then she made a shaker out of the top. Elena did this all. Fabulous, right? And a shaker on the top, and he just folds into each other, and it's so cute. And finally, layout. So we've got here, and it's all about the candy and her jack-o'-lantern. Elena did, let me zoom it back just a little. Elena did a layout. Oh my gosh, this is so long. Oh well. All right, you guys. Well, 2 hours later, right? What's 2 hours between friends? Let me tilt on back. And we're just gonna go with it. It is what it is what it is. Okay, where are you gonna find all of these great products? Well, the dies you're going to find here at Scrapbooking Made Simple because they're mine. The sticky dots you're going to find here because, well, they're mine. The opulent paper you may be able to find at some other local retail scrapbooking and card making stores if they are open in your area. Go visit your mom and pop if you are able to. We are not, so by all means you can shop online with us, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, and we will open our retail store just as soon as we can. And stay tuned next week. It is an amazing sale, the 2020 warehouse sale, and next year I hope we are the shop that did not hop once again. All right, you guys, it's me, Stacy. Thanks for hanging with me for an hour and 55 minutes. I'll see you next week, where it's probably going to be an hour and 55 minutes because I know what I'm doing. I know what's coming to you. All right, goodbye, everybody. Much love, smiles, and just be safe and be well, and big hearts.